Hey family, I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm Habasia, helping your brothers and sisters in Africa, as well as the one and only Creole Grill Tish, y'all. I am in the Gambia, West Africa, having a time of my life, y'all. I'm here for a purpose. The Habasia Food Forest Project and Jambanjeli, right here in the Gambia, y'all. If you want to know more, definitely look at all of the videos I posted from every time we go to the food forest. I post every Sunday when I can, because the internet is so slow, y'all. No matter how much I spend to get internet, it may not work, or it'll be slowly. So I start uploading on Sunday, but it might be Monday or Tuesday before it's finished uploading. Sometimes I upload an error, you got to delete it and start all over. Internet is bad, y'all. But anyway, if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you're coming back, welcome back. I appreciate and love all of you guys. No, I don't own any house in the Gambia. This is an Airbnb and a gated community. A Airbnb and a gated community. I am getting used to it. First time I ever been in Airbnb, but I actually like the rooftop. Got to take one step at a time to get up here, y'all. But once I get up here, I just relax until it's time for me to go back down. Do a video while I'm up here, etc., etc. But anyway, guys, how y'all doing today? Let me turn this around so y'all can have a little view from the rooftop before I get to talking a little bit. That is the truck that was making a noise a little while ago. People are building out here, y'all, and that's the forest in the background. One of the forests in the background. I will say where I'm at when I'm leaving because of me solo traveling. I'm not saying the apartment complex I'm in or the area I live in until I'm leaving. That's just that, y'all. And no, don't ask me how much I'm spending for this Airbnb. It's my personal business, y'all. That's just not a cool thing to do for me. But if y'all interested in any Airbnb, just put down how much you want to spend per month or per day. And you can find out what you can afford in the Gambia. It will let you see all the places. You do not have to confirm any reservations to find out how much something costs in an area of town that you want to stay in. And you can just Google all of the areas so that way you can just take your time. Take your time so you can see the different parts of town, different parts of the country in the Gambia, and look and see for the amount of money you want to spend, what type facility your money can buy. And then you can also put in more than you want to spend to see what you could get if you spend more money. Because what they say, y'all, you pretty much get what you pay for no matter where you are in the world. Nobody is ripping you off. It's just you get what you pay for. So Africa is not cheap. Africa is not cheap. Africa is not cheap. You get what you pay for everywhere in the world. Even where I come from, Galveston, Texas, things are expensive. If I wouldn't already be there, because it was a family compound house, used to be my mother's and father's house, I wouldn't be there either. I couldn't afford to stay. But y'all know I love donkeys, right? Here we go. Donkey Donkey 2. Donkey 3. Well, I guess they going to a delivery because this one went down next street and the other two are still going straight. The hardest working animals in the Gambia, y'all. But y'all, I paid off my stepbrother for his half of the house, what he asked me to pay, and now the house is mine, but it's still a compound house, a family compound house, so other people do live there. So I pay my bills, auto pay, and I stay here as long as I want to do my projects. And then when I go back home, I'm gonna stay and save money so I can come back. Because when I'm in Airbnb, y'all, I use credit card to pay for it. But y'all, I pay my credit cards so I can bring those interest payment down and raise up the amount of credit available so I can come back. One day, I would have saved enough money to build the security house first, and then next, the house I'll stay in, my round house made out of earth bricks. And I ain't gonna lie, if I win the lottery in Texas when I get back, because I do play the lottery, you gotta be in it to win it, I'll be right back. Yeah, if I won the lottery, y'all, I'd fly back business class and stay probably 7-8 months. Because I have medication right now that's been delivered to my house. So I have a stack of medicines left for me, ready for me to take back with me when I get back. So I'll be all right. We'd only have to get just a little medicine from the pharmacies here that I know are good pharmacies before I go back. You'll never hear me say negative stuff about my home, y'all, because I love Galveston. I love my family. I love my friends. I'm part of an organization over there. I don't know how long I'll be a part of someone else's organization because it takes a lot of effort and energy for me to do what I'm doing here in the motherland. So it might be better that I resign from the other organization and just do Habasia. But I'm not gonna think about that, y'all, till I get back home. But anyway, just to let y'all know, yes, I am active doing some community work in Galveston. But my heart, y'all know, is right here in the Gambia. Because with the little money I have, I can actually do something that you can tell the difference. When I'm in the United States, the little money I have doesn't really make much of a difference. And the group I'm affiliated with, after 30 years, they're finally at the tipping point where they actually have grant writers and active board that helps them with fundraising ideas, grant writing ideas and approvals and everything else. So it makes it easier. Lots of hands make the work easier. But anyway, y'all, how y'all doing today? I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are. Remember, happiness comes from within you, and you. Y'all, I'm going to try not to be too long because it takes forever to upload when I talk too much. But y'all, I'm just doing a recap of some of the stuff that happened during the week. I was able to go to a baby naming celebration, because I can't say exact ceremony, because the ceremony started early in the morning, y'all, when the holy men, the imams, came to the family home, and I wasn't there, y'all. I didn't even know about it at that point. But I was invited by my driver, Abib, to his family celebration of the new baby in the family. And I accepted his gracious invitation and met his wonderful family. They were just so welcoming, y'all. They had food. They had nice people. They offered you food and drink. And they had plenty. It's just that at almost 70, I can't party like it's 1999, but anymore. So I stayed a little while, and then we left. Gave our baby a little something for the baby, because I know he was going back later on that day. That's just part of it, y'all. It reminds me of Nigeria, because I know lots of people from Nigeria, including my in-laws. So I was happy to give something to the baby as a gift. There was no pushing for any of that. In fact, he did the opposite, trying not to accept. But I insisted. But anyway, y'all, I had a wonderful time going to the baby celebration and going to the latest market in Serakunda area and dancing with the sisters in the market. The drums playing just ignited my spirit, and I was pretty much dancing to the beat of the drum. But I was observing the women dancing and trying to copy some of their moves, y'all. I ain't lying, I'm gonna practice some of their moves before I go back again, because you never know. Somebody else might have a band now, and I'll be able to keep up with the steps better. But y'all, they was just so nice and friendly and welcoming. Like I said, everybody's experience in the motherland is different. I can't say anybody treated me in any way in the Gambia besides wonderful. If I got treated some kind of way in the Gambia, y'all, it was from other diasporans. Yeah, y'all, other diasporans. They may call themselves on the down low, making fun of my accent because I'm from Texas. And y'all know my accent is different. And I'm proud of that. I'm Creole, y'all. So my accent is a blend of Louisiana, from Opelousas, Shat, because my relatives are Creole, as well as growing up all my life in Galveston. I'm a BOI, born on the island. And then I was married to a Nigerian, so I picked up some of his little accent, just as well as I'm sure he picked up some of mine. And when I was in Nigeria, I had my in-laws saying, "Bless your heart." I wasn't planning on teaching them that. They were just copying me. They thought it was cute. So anyway, y'all, I'm different. Lots of people think that they haven't heard any American that sound like me, they like, oh, you sound like the people on Dallas. I knew you was from Texas. I knew you was from Texas. I don't mind, y'all. I am who I am, and I'm proud of that. I'm not trying to be nobody other than myself. So, nobody's treated me badly. No, they haven't. Somebody might make fun of how I pronounce someone's name. And I'm like, what? When they pronounce it, it doesn't sound that much different to me, only they're saying it with their accent. It's like tomato, tomato. And I'm like, what difference does it make? Really? But people like being petty. If I've heard any entitlement, it's been from people that's from the diaspora, because they expect something for nothing, and they say terrible things and don't realize how it sounds, you know? Some people don't realize what they say. Like they say, forgive them. They know not what they do. They know not what they do when they say some things that's insensitive. All I can say again, y'all, is you get what you pay for. If you don't want to pay for a private taxi ride, all I can say is be a fast learner, so you can just ask how much it is to ride from point A to point B. Write down all your moves, so when you're going back home, you can do it in reverse. And you'll learn how to get backward and forward. And if your time doesn't mean money to you on the way back home, just take your time, and you would have saved yourself a lots of money, and you won't have to worry about you don't want to feed somebody else because you're doing private taxi. Believe you me, the people that drive taxis have to pay for the taxes. Most times they driving somebody else's car, and it's a rate that they have to pay the owner every day. They have to put gas in the car every day. So they have to come up with enough of money to pay the owner of the car and pay for their gas. And if something breaks on their car, they have to fix that car. So I personally wouldn't want to be working for nothing just so somebody could say that they wasn't feeding me. You know? Business is business. So if you don't want to pay for a private taxi, you're free to learn the ropes on shared taxis, just like everybody else that's using shared taxi. And I've seen people compare themselves to the people here, and it's comparing apples to oranges, y'all. Folks here work hard. They work hard. The sun is so hot. Folks work in the hot sun. I can imagine my ancestors working in the hot sun like that. I get lightheaded and being in the sun just a few minutes. Then imagine somebody doing it all day. I wouldn't want to be working more hours than needed or more days than needed, because my health is more important than anything. They don't pay you enough. If somebody paid you double of a little bit, it still would be a little bit. I'm encouraging everybody I know to grow their own food, so that would eliminate somebody working mostly for food. You know, we'll work for food. Like in the United States, had a little sign say we'll work for food. I heard in Ghana, some people only have one little bag of water all day because the cost of pure water went up and they couldn't afford it. Water, y'all. Water. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. So how could I compare myself to somebody who could barely pay for water during a day to drink? What I did was a labor and delivery nurse. It was mentally draining and once in a while physical draining. But y'all, it's nothing compared to working out in the hot sun for a little pay. I could not imagine, y'all, and I would never compare. They say never judge nobody until you can walk a mile in their shoes. And I'll try my best not to do so, y'all. I even heard somebody say something on TikTok. That's a crazy social media. You get some nice stuff on it, and you get some real crazy stuff on it too. But this person was so unkind, talking about a child that terminated their parents' life and could not understand that mental health is real. Mental health issues are real worldwide. Even when you try to get your relative some help, it's not much to be found. The psychiatrists, the psychologists, they will wait on that person to ask for help. And if that person that has mental health issues themselves don't want help, as long as they haven't physically hurt anyone yet, they don't do anything to help them. They say they fine, they didn't need no, they say they don't need no help. And if it's a child, even if they force counseling on them, they're not going to do no better because they don't want any help. If they make them take medication, they probably hide the medicine under their tongue and throw it out. They know how to move it around no matter how many times you make them lift up on this side, lift up on that side. They like Houdini when it comes to medication. I know, y'all, because I used to work on the psych unit before. People don't like the side effects of their medication. And so even though you're trying to help them, they fight against their behavioral changes that's made from chemicals that they take, like medications. And even if they're doing work with clinical psychologists, they have to see they have a problem to change their behavior. So nobody can say, my mama had 12 kids, they didn't act like that. I had 50 kids, they didn't act like that. Like my cousin told me one day, when I used to be judgmental and try to compare people that wasn't doing good to myself, and I said, we went to elementary school together, blah, blah, blah. And my cousin told me, Stephanie, everybody is not you. You understand me? Everybody is not you. So everybody is not going to act like you. And I took a deep breath and I thought about what my cousin said, and I told him, Junior, you're right. You're right. And from that day forth, I promise you, I never judged anybody according to my behavior, because it's all about choice and free will. And I'm blessed that the Most High has let me have a sound mind, and I pray for it every day, y'all. I say I want to be here till 101, as long as I could wake up with what? A sound mind and my health, my strength. But I understand that it's a work in progress every day to keep your mind right. I try not to influence my mind with negative information. Try not to watch the news. And I really don't appreciate when people give me bad news. I'd prefer to accidentally see it on YouTube or something. Like when it's just passing through, when I'm just browsing and I see something that catch my eye and I click on it and look at it a little bit. Or if I watch a teeny bit of Democracy Now! Or hear it on somebody else's YouTube channel for a second. Because I limit the negative that goes inside of my mind, y'all. Because they say that everybody has a good wolf and a bad wolf in them. And the one you feed grows. So the wolf I'm feeding is the positive vibration wolf. So I try to feed positive images, positive stories into my mind and try to close it to the negatives the best I can, y'all. I like to tell people I'm in Africa, I don't want to know. And when I'm in America, I want to let them know I'm like in the Wiz. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. I don't want to hear that. If I don't know, good. I don't want to know. It's bad enough I got to find out if it happened to somebody in my family or whatever. I'll eventually find out, and that's okay. And if I don't find out, that's even better. Y'all, I choose to look at the bright side. Like they say, bright side, bright side. I choose to look at the bright side. Queen Hadassah, oh, I listen to her all the time, y'all. But anyway, I was just sharing my feelings out here and letting y'all know that I love the Gambia and I love the Gambian people. And that if I've experienced anything that wasn't cool, it wasn't from them. Yeah, mostly from the diasporans. If it was from them, it was an indirectly because the diaspora introduced me to them. You know what they say, bird of a feather flock together? Like when I was trying to get my paperwork straightened out, I would have never had any land deal with African properties in the first place if I wouldn't have dealt with folks I met on the internet and actually was crazy enough with COVID psychoses and sent my money in the mail without looking at land that I didn't even know if it exists or not. I was just blessed by the Most High that the Akalo papers had African properties on it, and I was able to follow it through with the help of my Gambian family and friends to get that paperwork straightened out. And it's done now, yeah. It's officially mine. But I personally didn't have the initial contact with those folks at African Properties anyways. So that's a word to the wise. Don't send your money to nobody here or anywhere else in the world, whether it's the motherland or the United States or wherever. Come, see the land first. Make sure the paperwork is totally clear. Get you a real estate attorney that's legit and go from there. Don't get your money screwed up like mine, because I was just lucky that within 2 years that I actually got my land papers cleared, because the papers was upside down, y'all. The land was not cleared for sale when I got it. They just took my money. Was it a Ponzi scheme that was intentional? I don't know. But it appeared to be one where the first people get something and the last people get nothing. So I pray that the people that's going to the court systems can get some of their money back. But y'all, mostly worldwide, mostly your money is chopped. Once people eat your money, it's pretty much gone. Pretty much gone. There's too many people even in the United States that declare bankruptcy, and you can't even get your money back from them people. So less known in the motherland where they done chop your money. I don't know. All I can say is I hope some of them at least, will be satisfied if they can give them some replacement land that's legitimate, with the clear documents, so they can at least have land if they can't get their money back. But anyway, y'all, again, I use Hotel.com. No, I'm not reimbursed by these people. When I travel abroad, I use them a lot. Just put in how much you want to spend per night, where you're going, what dates, and it will give you an estimate of what the total cost is going to be. Mostly you don't have to pay a deposit to confirm your reservations. Don't wait till your last minute to get here to be trying to get a place to stay that might not work out so well for you. And I also use Airbnb. This is how I found this place. I did not know what it looked like when I first started looking at it, but I'm here now, and I love it now. I'm used to it. If you would have seen my first videos here, y'all, I was not cool. But it takes me a while to warm up to some places, especially gated communities, I guess, since that was my first time. I'm such a social person. And this one is just more controlled environment. So you got to get used to that when you're not used to it. But now I just think of it as a fortress of solitude. So I'm good, y'all. My fortress of solitude. I can meditate up here if I want to. I feel the breeze. So I make lemons into lemonade from up here. Yeah, it's from lemons to lemonade. So I'm good, y'all. So anyway, until the next time, peace, peace, power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.